Okay, so here we have another perfect square trinomial. Now this is going to be a little bit complicated, so just try to follow me as best as you can. So first of all, we need to check if the first term and the last term are perfect squares. Okay, now as you can see, 4c squared can be broken up into 2c times 2c. So yes, that is a perfect square. Now how about 9? 9 can be broken up into 3 times 3. Okay, now the only thing we have to check for is the 12. Does the 12 work out? Well, let's see. The first thing we check for is what's the product. So we have a product of 4 times 9, and that's 36. So I have a product of 36. Now, what is our sum? Our sum is 12. And in order for this to be a perfect square, we'd have to find two numbers that are the same that add up to 12 and also multiply to make 36. They are 6 and 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, and 6 times 6 is 36. So if you're able to figure out that, yes, there are two numbers that are the same that make the product and the sum, then you know that this is a perfect square trinomial. Now, how do we factor it? Well, factoring it is really simple if you figured out that it's a perfect square trinomial. All you have to do is make two parentheses. What's the square root of 4c squared? In other words, what are the two sides that we figured out when we made 4c squared? Now remember, the two sides on the square were 2c and 2c. And now we're going to do the same thing with the 9. What are the two sides when you have a square of 9? They are 3 and 3. And because we figured out that our sum is positive, these are both pluses, and we are done. So we have 2c plus 3 squared. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with algebra tiles. I'll be right back. All right, so here I have my 4c squared and the positive 9. So here's my c squared 4 times. Okay, this is my 4c squared. That's this part. And my plus 9 is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So now I need to put together this positive 12c. So notice that if I start moving the positive x's, or in this case, the positive c's, how many of them can I fit in here to make a perfect square? Well, notice that in this direction, we need 3. But then we're going to need a second row of another 3. And notice that so far we have 6 of them. That's where the 6 and the 6 comes in. Remember when we had 6 plus 6 here and 6 times 6 here? This is the 6 right here. The C, 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 C. That's the 6C. Okay? And now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Here's 1, here's 2, 3, and so on until you get 6. I'll be right back after I fill it in. Okay, so here I am. I filled it in. It's a little bit sloppy, but you know. So I'm going to write what we have. So notice here we have 2c, right? Because this is a c by c square. So we have c and c, c and c. And up on top, we also have 2c. And then along the side here, I have 3 ones, so that's 3. And along the side here, I also have 3 ones, so that's 3 also. So we have 2c plus 3 twice. See that? The same thing. So I can just say 2c plus 3 squared. And another way, of course, that you can see it is 2c plus 3 times 2c plus 3. Okay?